The biggest thing that you should look for, if there's one piece of advice I would give to you, then remember, because when I think about speeches, I've heard thousands of them, I can't think of one thing from the vast majority of them. So I thought I'd just tell you what I think the one piece of advice is that's really valuable, because most of you are working into corporate environments, whether it's insurance or legal or finance, and even if it's nonprofit or entertainment or journalism, whatever it may be, go to a company that is growing. If you think of one factor for a young person going into any company, go to a company that is growing. Growth creates opportunities. Preferably a company that's growing profitably. But growth is what, when I think about LegalZoom, in the last, we're a small company, we're about 300 people. But the people that joined when I joined 3 years ago as chairman, we were about 75 people. Then we went to 140, then we went to 220, now we're at 280. The people that were there from the beginning are being stretched in every which way imaginable, right? They're going, hey, I need someone to lead this initiative. The best person is someone inside that understands the relationships, resources, the culture. Boom, so we're giving people huge amounts of responsibility. We took someone from processing, now he's managing a $60 million division. This was his second job out of college. And he's got a P&L, right? That's twice the size of the company, the entire company's revenues, just 2 years ago. So when you go to a company, by the way, this was good advice. I've given this over the years, and then I realized actually a lot of other people give it to you. I searched online for the best advice and prep for this. And Eric Schmidt gave this to a person who he ended up hiring at Google because it was growing quickly. Now, it was a little bit different because she was, I think, Secretary of Commerce for a while. She's a very senior person. But when you think about a company that's growing, you know that people need what it provides. You know that as it expands in opportunities, they're going to look internally first for people to lead those charges. I hire a lot of people outside the industry, but it's when I'm forced to. I would much prefer to give someone a role inside the company. And in this kind of second corollary to growth, if you think about net worth, I won't go through the money doesn't matter thing, but if you think about the single greatest thing that you can view and understand, because as an employee, you may not know how a company's doing. Some people don't tell you how the revenues are growing. Some people won't tell you about profitability. I mean, I think most people at LegalZoom have no idea what the profitability of the company is. Maybe probably 15 to 20 people in the entire company know. We're private, so we don't share it for competitive reasons. But you can measure growth. And in your life, people spend a lot of time thinking about salary and targeting salary. And when I search online for advice, they're always talking about salary. Salary is pretty irrelevant. I mean, past a certain point, and that point's much smaller than you think. I'd put it like past $50,000, $75,000 a year, which 4 or 5 years into career, all of you, I would be comfortable saying, are probably somewhere in that ballpark. Salary means nothing in terms of net worth. I know people that make $250,000 a year in New York, and they have nothing in savings. Nothing. Your spending tends to rise in proportion to your income, right? So, and I know people now that spend much more of a percentage of their income on their house than they did in their first job out of college. And at the end of the day, people, I don't know, in this culture, you don't save very much. The vast majority of people. So at the end of the day, what is really valuable is just investing and equity. So if you're going to make a decision, the options you hold in a company are worth many times more what you're going to earn in terms of salary. So if you look for a company that's growing, there's a reasonable chance that that equity is going to be worth far more than anything that you earn in your life and how you invest.